Took me over 15 years to realize what I'll share with you in just a few minutes. It's 2 a.m. in Brooklyn. The streets outside are quiet, blanketed in the soft glow of streetlights. Inside a small apartment, there's a guy, let's call him Alex. He's hunched over his laptop, earbuds in, scrolling through videos on how to make it big through day trading. Last week, it was drop shipping. The week before, it was content creation. And before that, coding boot camps. Alex's browser is a graveyard of open tabs. Top 10 side hustles of 2023. How I made $1 million in 6 months. And why crypto is the future. His bookmarks folder is overflowing with guides, tutorials, and inspirational quotes. But there's one glaring problem. Alex hasn't committed to any of these paths. He's dabbling in everything, mastering nothing. Sound familiar? I know it does because I was Alex. For over 15 years, I was caught in the exact same cycle, chasing every shiny new opportunity, every hot trend that promised success. From real estate to e-commerce, blogging to investing, I tried it all, convinced that the next thing would be the one. But it never was. It wasn't laziness or lack of ambition. It was shiny object syndrome, and it was keeping me stuck. The buffet trap. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you walk into an all-you-can-eat buffet. The tables are loaded with everything. Fresh sushi, barbecue ribs, loaded nachos, creamy pasta, and a dessert bar that looks straight out of a dream. Excited, you grab a plate and start piling it high. A bit of this, a scoop of that. When you sit down, nothing really satisfies you. Why? Because instead of savoring one dish, you've tried a little bit of everything, and none of it was fulfilling. That's exactly how shiny object syndrome works. You jump from one idea to another, thinking maybe this is the one, only to end up with surface-level knowledge and a growing sense of frustration. Why do we chase the shiny objects? There are 6 main reasons. 1. The illusion of progress. Starting something new feels exciting. It gives you a rush, like you're moving forward. But often, that feeling is just an illusion. You're busy, sure, but you're not actually building anything lasting. 2. Lack of clarity. Most of us don't know what we really want. Instead of having a clear direction, we let social media, friends, or family dictate our goals. This lack of clarity makes us chase everything, hoping something will stick. 3rd, peer pressure and comparison. Alex's Instagram feed is filled with peers hitting milestones, buying houses, launching businesses, landing dream jobs. It's easy to feel inadequate when you're constantly comparing yourself to others' highlight reels. 4. Information overload. We live in a world of endless options. You can learn anything online for free or cheap: coding, graphic design, investing. But instead of empowering us, this abundance often paralyzes us. 5. Fear of missing out. FOMO. What if this is the opportunity that changes everything? This fear keeps you hopping from one thing to the next, never giving anything enough time to yield results. 6. The social media effect. People only share their wins online, not their losses. You see the success stories and think, if they can do it, so can I. But you're comparing your behind the scenes to their curated highlights. The cost of shiny object syndrome. I spent years spinning my wheels. One of my college friends, Mike, started as a junior graphic designer while I was dabbling in everything under the sun. He stuck with it, grinding day after day, learning new tools, refining his craft. Today, he's running his own design agency, working with Fortune 500 companies. Another friend got into real estate. At first, it was slow going. She spent years learning the ropes, building relationships, and saving for her first property. Today, she owns multiple rental properties that provide her financial freedom. Meanwhile, I was bouncing around, starting projects, but never finishing them. Breaking free. A 3-step framework. If you're stuck in this cycle, here's how to break out. Step 1. Define your North Star. Your North Star isn't a specific job title or goal. It's a guiding direction for your life. Instead of saying, I want to be a millionaire, you might define your North Star as, I want to build something meaningful that gives me freedom and impact. This isn't something anyone else can define for you. It's deeply personal. When you're clear on your North Star, it becomes easier to filter out distractions. You'll know what aligns with your vision and what doesn't. Step 2. Commit to the 90-day rule. Pick one skill, project, or goal and commit to it for 90 days. No distractions, no switching. Here's the kicker. Every time a new idea pops into your head, write it down in a journal. At the end of 90 days, review that list. Most of those ideas will no longer seem relevant. The ones that still excite you can be explored further. This approach ensures you give your current focus enough time to produce results. Step 3. Seek real mentors, not just influencers. The internet is filled with influencers showcasing their successes, but they don't know your journey. Find a mentor, someone a few steps ahead of you in your chosen field. Mentors provide guidance, clarity, and reality checks. They show you what's possible and help you avoid common pitfalls. The slow-cooked stew lesson. Building expertise is like making a hearty stew. You can't rush it. It requires time, patience, and the right ingredients. Imagine throwing random ingredients into a pot every 10 minutes. A bit of chili powder here, some maple syrup there, maybe a handful of marshmallows for good measure. What do you get? A mess. Similarly, your career or project needs time to simmer. You can't keep changing the recipe every day and expect a great outcome. The best stews? They're the ones that cook slowly, allowing the flavors to develop and blend. Stick to one path long enough for your efforts to compound, avoiding the trap of overcommitment. Now, let me address a common misconception. Commitment doesn't mean blindly sticking to something that's clearly not working. One of my friends spent 5 years preparing for an exam with an incredibly low pass rate. He poured everything into it, ignoring all other opportunities. When he didn't pass, he felt like a failure. There's a fine line between persistence and stubbornness. Know when to pivot, but make that decision intentionally, not out of impatience or distraction. The long game. Think about the people you admire. Are they the ones who constantly jump from one thing to another? Or are they the ones who commit to a path, refine their craft, and play the long game? The truth is, success takes time. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's hard. It took me 15 years to realize this. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things consistently. Define your North Star. Commit to your path. Let your efforts compound over time. Remember, the empire you're building isn't about how fast you can go. It's about how far you can sustain the journey. If this resonates, check out the next video for more strategies to level up.